Hi, first grade readers. Hey, today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about reading a good book. And when you are done reading a good book, you want to go tell someone about it. Whether that's a friend, your grandparent, your mom or dad. I know when I read a book, I have to call my mom the next day and tell her all about the book because it's on your mind. You went on this crazy adventure with these characters you met and fell in love with, and you want to tell someone about it. And readers do a lot of different things to help themselves remember books because sometimes the books that we're reading, especially now since we're almost second graders, they're pretty long. So it's a lot of things that we have to remember as a reader if we want to go and tell someone about it. So something that readers do is leave a little paper trail in their books as they're reading. They can use sticky notes or pieces of paper to just mark important parts. That way, when you go back to retell your story to someone, you can find those sticky notes and that page is marked for an important reason, whether that's a character that you meet or something crazy happened in the story or this ending, which is a complete surprise. And you want to be able to remember that. So take a Post-it note and just mark it. So I'm going to read this book, Giggle, Giggle, Quack, from the same authors who made Click, Clack, Moo, Cows That Type. I know you're all familiar with. So I'm going to be thinking about what do I want to remember? So when I call my mom tomorrow, I can open up to those pages and tell her about it because I want her to read this book. So Giggle, Giggle, Quack by Doreen Cronin, pictures by Betsy Lewin. Giggle, Giggle, Quack. Farmer Brown was going on vacation. He left his brother, Bob, in charge of the animals. Now, if I think back to Click, Clack, Moo, Bob's not in that story. So I think Bob is going to be an important character in this book. So I think I'm going to mark that page. I want to go back to it. Tell my mom about Farmer Brown's brother. I wrote everything down for you. Just follow my instructions and everything will be fine. But keep an eye on Duck. He's trouble. Farmer Brown thought he heard giggles and snickers as he drove away, but he couldn't be sure. Bob gave Duck a good long stare and went inside. He read the first note. Tuesday night is pizza night, not the frozen kind. The hens prefer anchovies. Giggle, giggle, cluck. Okay, so that's the first note from Duck. Demanding pizza on a Tuesday night. I don't know if Farmer Brown would go for that. I think Duck might be up to something. I'm going to mark that page. 29 minutes later, there was hot pizza in the barn. Looks like Bob fell for it. Bob checked on the animals before he went to bed. Everything was just fine. Wednesday is bath day for the pigs. Wash them with my favorite bubble bath and dry them off with my good towels. Remember, they have very sensitive skin. Giggle, giggle, oink. Did Farmer Brown write that? Or perhaps I'm seeing a little clue here. Looks like Duck is holding a piece of paper and a pencil. That's hilarious. I'm going to mark that. Bob had all the pigs washed in no time. Farmer Brown called home on Wednesday night to check in. Did you feed the animals like I wrote in the note? He asked. Done, replied Bob, counting 7 empty pizza boxes. Did you see my note about the pigs? All taken care of, said Bob proudly. Are you keeping a very close eye on Duck? He asked. Bob gave Duck a good long stare. Duck was too busy sharpening his pencil to notice. Just keep him in the house. ordered Farmer Brown. He's a bad influence on the cows. Giggle, giggle, moo, giggle, oink, giggle, quack. Thursday night is movie night. It's the cows' turn to pick. Giggle, giggle, moo. Bob was in the kitchen, popping corn. Just as the animals settled in to watch the sound of music, the phone rang. The only thing Farmer Brown heard on the other end was giggle, giggle, quack, giggle, moo, giggle, oink. Uh-oh. Duck! Screamed Farmer Brown. Oh, cut. Whoopsie. I'm gonna mark that page. That's a good one. It's for you, Bob. Ooh, that last page says it all. Farmer Brown, not happy. That sly duck. So now, tomorrow, I'm going to call my mom and say, Mom, you have got to read this book. Giggle, giggle, quack. Let me tell you about it. And I'll probably start at the very front. Open up to my first sticky note here, which introduces our characters, including our new character, Bob. And then I can go to the next page and tell her about that. That way, I'm not just trying my best to remember the story. I have some clues and some Post-it notes here to help me. So give that a try in your own books at home. And again, if you don't have Post-it notes, you can just use little pieces of scratch paper and just tear off them if mom and dad don't need those papers, and put them inside of your book. So give it a try with this next activity. Good luck, readers.